Thank you for having me here. We are touching the important point of end of the life, but that is not a real end of life, but it is a beginning of another life, which is life of enlightenment, liberation. And that all depends on Bardo luminosity. At that moment, the separation between our consciousness or mind, or sometimes we call clarity, are separating from the physical components. At that very moment, by natural law, naturally, the fundamental luminosity dawns without any contributes, without any other influences. It nakedly dawns because physical is not anymore influencing. Next, karmic habitual pattern is not arrived. There is a moment, there is a chance, and it dawns to every being who carries the consciousness or mind. But it depends whether we capture that moment or not. That depends on other part of the Bardos, Bardo of living. And we are right now in the part of the Bardo of living because fortunate or unfortunate, the luminosity is not shine yet. So it's a good news. So shining or dawning is not in our hand. Recognition or capturing realization is in our hand. And that depends on a Bardo of living. In generally, there's 4 types of Bardos: Bardo of living, Bardo of dying, Bardo of luminosity, and Bardo of dharmata, and Bardo of becoming. And sometimes we call 6 Bardos and 6 Bardo. In the Bardo of birth and until a science shows about the dying, it's called Bardo of living or Bardo of birth and dying in between. So days we practice, in daytime we practice Bardo of meditation, and nighttime we practice Bardo of dream, recognize the dream as a dream, part of the illusory body practice, and then the deep sleep, not going into the unconscious sleep, but it turned into a clear light. Difference between dream practice and clear light are connected, but a little bit different. Dream practice might not recognize the clear light, but it prepares for the clear light recognition. Dream practice is dependent on the daytime meditation. In daytime, has two kinds of meditation. One is called based on analytical contemplation, illusory body practice. As Buddha mentions, dream-like Buddha appear to dream-like sentient beings to show the dream-like path and to lead to the dream-like enlightenment. Everything has element of dream-like, but not dream, dream-like, L-I-K-E, like. In the pose meditation, and that is a crucial point also to prepare of our becoming journey. So everything we see a little bit like a dreamlike, including practice of Vajrayana practice, a development stage, is a part of the dreamlike practice of illusory in the post-meditation time. So we keep practicing that again and again, and that might has influence. In the night dream practice, that we might recognize this is my dream. And if you have several times to remember that in the dream as dream, then that has also strong impact on the other partos, especially in the parto of becoming, which we call 49 days in between, without physical body and without rebirth into the next one of the six sentient beings, not born into the Pure Land, wandering, looking for something to take some form, not as a Bardo mind form, but wanted to have a more solid form. So that is called Bardo of becoming. In that Bardo, the dream-like practice, illusory practice, has a lot of effect and influence. And that Bardo of becoming and Bardo of dream and a Bardo of meditation in the daytime, in the post-meditation, illusory practice, these three things are connected. I will repeat again. I know you are very smart, but I want to make sure what I'm saying is smart. A total Bardo of a meditation Bardo. In the meditation Bardo, there is a post-meditation and actual meditation. In the post-meditation, we practice illusory practice. And that illusory practice will have an impact on the dream yoga. And then if we have successful of dream yoga practice, and that will have an impact on the Bardo of becoming. So we know, oh, sorry to hear, sorry to say that, but you realize you are passed away. Not anymore hanging and holding and attaching. So you cheer up. Yes, I have this beautiful clarity mind. Now my clarity mind is expressing many things. I have an opportunity because I don't need to hold on my physical body, only mental consciousness. So if I want to eject my consciousness into my yidam, my gurus, my pure land, I think I can do it because it's still mine. I don't need to drag my physical body into the pure land. It's just the pure consciousness. Wow. Now I realized that I'm passed away. I'm a death. My consciousness is expressing all this magical display. Okay, where is Yidam? Where is the Amitabha Pure Land or whatever you want, Tara? Okay, visualize and just shoot up there. And you are in the Pure Land. But we need to realize that, yes, I am a death. That depends on, yes, I'm dreaming. Oh, this is a dream. So you play with the dream. And that effect is depend on the post-meditation time you practice, dream-like practice. Sometimes you visualize your yidam tiny, like a master seat. Sometimes you visualize yourself as a mountain. So exercise, break the rule of physical, break the rule of physicality. Make it small and big and tall and 4-arm and 2-arm and 1,000-arm and one need to change into the other one very fast, flexibility, all these things. At the end, as Buddha says, everything is your projection. So you're playing with your projection. There is a private projection and the group karmic perception, as we call as our universe, our world, our big share market. And you are part of share in that market, trying to sell that share. And you become free, independent, not depend on the group karma's share. The Tao is ups and downs, but trying to get out of that. Then you can help the other share investors. Now share market is very high, it's good time to sell. Actually it's not, now it's down, but don't follow me. But in general, when, sorry. So free from yourself first and your individual karma, and then the collective karma, you can get out of that. And then you can manifest as a compassionate person to help the karmic group karma. So all this need a playfulness, exercise. No need to follow normal rule. When you practice insight, you don't need to match with the samsara rule. You don't need to match with the conventional rule because everything is in you right now. Of course, when you are conducting your action to other people, then you are playing with other people's share investors. Then there is you have to respect. But your individual perception can change. 1 minute you can change as monkey, a god, 4-arm, 2-arm, big, long nose, elephant head, cow head, whatever. So that is exercising the dreamlike practice, illusory in the post-meditation. Okay? And the other one is composure. Sometimes we call nyamsha in Tibetan as real sitting practice. As a Dzogchen practitioner, there is Dzogchen has only 2 paths. One is called texture, cutting through. One is called tukal, spontaneous accomplishment, something. Texture and tukal is the main path of the Dzogchen teaching. and practice. So when you are sitting, meditation and post-meditation, meditation time, then rest your mind in the non-conceptual view, which is the capture, the clarity without any clinging, any fixation, of primordial purity, innate nature, uncompounded, some kind of luminosity is a child luminosity, not the mother luminosity. You will not experience mother luminosity right now. Sometimes we call mother luminosity, but it's not actual mother luminosity. So right way of saying is child luminosity. Dzogchen terminology we call Rigpa, empty essence, natural clarity, and energy unconfined. And these three things, whenever you are in that state, a beyond state, beyond conceptualization, but you can experience. Experience doesn't mean need some concept. Conceptual experiencing and non-conceptual way of experiencing. And this is a non-conceptual way of experiencing. Nothing is excluded. Samsara, nirvana, everything can appear in that basic nature of expanse without losing the space and clarity. But clarity is not recognizing emptiness as a subject and clarity as an object, beyond subject-object way of recognition, which is called unity, inseparability. Nothing is blocked. Thoughts, emotions, feelings, but nothing is stuck in it. There's no glue, there's no base, there's no grasping. But grasping can appear, but there's no other grasping, is grasping on the grasping. Grasping comes as a part of habitual pattern, but not making another habitude towards to the first fixation. And automatic thoughts, automatic emotions, basic body feelings, all included. Nothing is excluded. It's so wonderful, so kind. Rigpa is the most kind that you can get. There's no bias. There is not biased at all. Rigpa is not saying, I don't want samsara, I want nirvana. Rigpa is beyond samsara and nirvana. In fact, Rigpa is the nature of samsara and nirvana. Why I should reject one and cling another one? Totally free. Do nothing but happening everything in it. No need maintenance. It maintains by itself. Conceptual practice need to maintain. It's a very high maintenance. Conceptual practice, conceptual views. This is non-conceptual view. You don't need to do anything. One thing is merely recognized. When you recognize, don't give too much importance to the recognition. and the recognition become a bossy and like to own by a fixation, and the reified eye start to enter into the recognition of Rigpa. At the end, the Rigpa is in the wrong hand, which is not Rigpa. Look like Rigpa, but it's not Rigpa. It's artificial Rigpa. So real Rigpa is embrace everything. That is the child luminosity. So all depend on these two practices, whether you have a visa or not. You have passport, I know, a precious human being, and the door is open for you, not for you, for all of us. The Mother Luminosity's door is 24-hour open. Sorry, any moment we can enter into that door. Don't afraid. Go with a visa joyfully and show the immigrations, the page of visa, put a red mark, because sometimes immigrations, they don't know how to look visa. So just to show that it saves time. So die with the confidence. And death is a part of life. Without death, our life is not completed. So don't worry. You lived, I think, well. All the great masters also passed away. And we have to obey the natural law. And there's the point that we should accept and prepare. Preparation has two kinds of preparation. One is mentally acceptance. I know it's a difficult moment, but you're dying from one life, but not closing all the chapters. You're not closing the book, you're closing the chapters. There's many chapters as a Buddhist point of view. One beautiful chapter ends, and the next beautiful chapter begins. So I don't need to say so much about what to do, what to not to do, but do it well. All the things, I'm sure you're prepared. If you need to say something, say it. If you need to write something, write it. If you need to let it go it. If you want to say sorry it. Sometimes sorry might not accept as a physically, but say sorry in the mind. Rejoice. I think there's so many things you did great. Recall those beautiful memory and dedicate. And make less a worry. And the main secret is I take refuge in the child luminosity. And with the understanding of everything is dream life. Until I dissolved my 5 elements, I will respect that. I will try to survive as much as I can in order to respect my physicality. But there is a moment it's going to expire, and I'm going to accept that. So dissolution might start. dissolution means a death, a process is a processing in us. So if you can, before you lose your consciousness, there's many things. Sometimes you might die suddenly. Sometimes we die gradually. Sometimes we might lose our mind. Sometimes not. So now, this is the moment you have a clarity, and clarity is in your hand. You know, example is like that. I use this every day, part of my practice. If I need to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning, most of the time I don't set up alarm. I use my internal clock to put an intention. And intention plays very important role at some point. Even though you lose your mind, there is the point that consciousness wake up. And that consciousness might carry that imprint. It carries that intention, and then that might have an effect, and then in the right moment. 99% of the time, to me, I woke up exact time. If I say 4 o'clock, even the minute is in the 4 o'clock, I woke up. It's amazing. Really, I'm surprised how that can happen. But it's not that I woke up like after 2 hours, then check the clock. No, I slept very well. But the point, when you need to wake up, you just woke up. I use most time like that. But sometimes I set up alarm clock because, you know, if I might lose my flight. But normally, it happens. But you lost in between 6 hours, 7 hours. No memory, but the effect happened in the right moment. So keep a lot of intention right now. I would like to remember my mother luminosity. The way I write is a natural mind, Rigpa. Every time you enter into the Rigpa, in the post-meditation, before you're going into the luminosity, mother-child luminosity, keep a little bit of intention that I'm entering right now in the path of living, but I would like to remember my mother luminosity in the moment of death. I have a little bit of intention and then rest into the natural mind. And resting in natural mind has impact on in the deep sleep clarity. And that clarity and the mother luminosity are very close. Because in that clarity, not in the dream, in the deep sleep, because at that time, sorry, 5 senses is not working. Very subtle mind. Sensory consciousness is not working. The only dream and the deep sleep clarity is the mental mind is working, not sensory. Right now, our mind plus all the other sensory consciousness or clarity are involved. which is okay. So keep that link again and again. The linking is important. I know you practice a lot, but now Bardo teaching means everything linked into the Mother Luminosity. Taking refuge time, link. Bodhicitta time, link. Visualization time, link. If you're able to practice Ngondo time, link. Supplication time, link. Put all the cells, all the unconsciousness, everything sort of linking towards to the moment of dying that I should and I will remember the natural moment that happens naturally, and all your support of the practicing in the Bardo of living, whether in the post-meditation or in the meditation itself or in the dream, all channeled. So then if you have a choice, we don't know. I'm not scaring you, but it's the fact. Which way we're going to die, we don't know. I don't know. So don't worry, we will die. But which way we die, we don't know. But we're sure we're going to die. So don't hide about death. Talk about death. I'm so happy you come here. At the beginning, I thought I might not use the language, the death, but why not? How long are you going to run away from it? How long are you going to ignore about it? It's the most a beautiful moment that we can have happen in as a practitioner's life. Many yogis are hoping for that. Many yogis are talking about that moment, wanting to leave physical and go to the another life, but they cannot injure their life, physical life, so they're waiting for the beautiful moment of Mother Luminosity. So smile, prepare. A little bit of fear is normal. And then dissolution might happen. I'm not going to go to all the details. You can read books like 5-element dissolve into one another, and then you have different sign, and then you will have an inner sign that you will see a luminosity closer, 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 first you see like a smoke of incense, then some spark, then dawning, then full sun. So you know, it happened in your experience. No one can see that. It's a private experience. And trust that, okay, yeah, it's a sign of luminosity is happening. I am dying. I am closing one of my chapters. Chapter 27 is closing. I'm going to go with chapter 28. Or maybe there's no chapter. Maybe no need to take rebirth. Maybe the end of the chapter. Who knows? Nobody knows. But try best with the hope and smile. And with the concentration, and then go through it. The key is, if you can, you can. The path is the child luminosity, which is the Ripa. And you just carry that and see and understand all the signs, accept all the difficulties, and then go. And then the moment of separation, as a Vajrayana, they always talk about the bindus, nadis, and channels, all expired, no more use. The white and the red bodhicitta also come together, expired. The subtle body of human is expired. Prana nadi bindu of human is a clap. And very moment, there's two choices, two things happen. Most of the practitioner, we faint at that moment. But some exceptions, you don't faint. That is quite tough. You don't faint, but really moment, the power of the child luminosity and the mother luminosity, everything is obvious. Moment of the red and white bodhicitta, we don't blank, and actually you are into the Dharmakaya, means mother luminosity is the Dharmakaya. The fullness of Rigpa, full bloom Rigpa appears, and child just merge, because the child is like this. My cup space, the moment of cup breaks, the inside space and outside space, there's not a space. But right now, the physicality is my cup. But inside space, I'm recognizing the inside space. I'm writing the inside space. I am part of the inside space. My consciousness is inside the space. But my karmic cup is still here. The karmic cup is keep breaking because of natural law of physical. When you keep break, this small light comes, small one needle put, there's one small space happening, and then at the end cup broke. And normally we call it death. Outer, inner, death, both happens. And then you cannot say there's a two space. It's just a space, it's space. But the child luminosity is become the part of the mother luminosity. That's it. Then you are enlightened. But many practitioners, or when you bam like that, we faint. Still okay, still have a chance, because the fan need to wake up. The blank cannot blank forever, because due to the prana, due to the movements, it need to shake again. It will not stay forever. So blank, when you walk up out of that, another chance. Oh, there's a mother luminosity again. And then you can capture again, recognize, merge into, be with that. Just stay there. You still have a chance to become enlightened in the Dharmakaya, in the formless Buddha. Of course, formless Buddha and the form Buddha are united. But first you reach a formless Buddha, then you can manifest a form Buddha. Rupakaya, Dharmakaya. In Rupakaya, there is a Nimanakaya and Sambodhakaya. Sambodhakaya and Nimanakaya. Nimanakaya is your coming back to the world by your choice. Sambodhakaya is the source of the Nirmanakaya. Sambodhakaya doesn't come. Nirmanakaya comes, emanation. And to us, all the share investors sell it right now is the right time. The market is very high. I sold my share. I got a better share. I got an enlightenment investment. A Sambodhakaya, an inexhaustible richness, countless, boundless, is my own company, not depend on others. So this is another way to, but many will lose because of some illness, a different way of dying, because of too much pain. But do everything when you have an ability to remember. Even you have a dementia, if you practice strong enough, the dementia also expired. Before Mother Luminosity, dementia will not stay. Dementia will also exhaust. Not only a dementia, 5 poison will expire. 5 poison will exhaust at the moment of death. So, but the intention is not in the physical. If you put good intention in the mind, intention is a part of the consciousness. So the power of practice with intention, with your meditation will take care when the moment comes. So this is how there's nothing to say so much about luminosity alone, because everything depends on something. And something that you can practice right now and prepare. And when the real thing happens, we can do it. So this is a second chance. The first chance is like a like a Guru Muche and all the great masters, Bimala Mitra, become rainbow body this life. No need to go through the Bardo, so Bardo of dying, Bardo of becoming, no need, just liberate. The physical, physicality is, through the power of the mind, meditation, able to dissolve. So no need to wait for death to dissolve. You can dissolve right now. But this is quite exception, so I will not, you can aim high, but might not be a reality. So aiming high is fun, but actual fact, I don't know, maybe. But the second is a great chance. Recognition of Mother Luminosity, which is in the Dzogchen teachings, the texture cutting through and the tugal. So the texture is focusing on the katak, means the primordial purity, which is some form of Mother Luminosity. Is more, we call luminosity, but it's more like empty and luminosity. No much manifestation, no much color, no much drama, no much taste. It's clarity united with the empty is called empty luminosity, which is a part of texture practice and based on katak, primordial purity. So that empty luminosity comes first, right after dying. And if you miss that second chance, there is a third chance. And that is called Bardo of Dharmata. Bardo of luminosity, sometimes we call, or Bardo of manifestation, actually. All the sounds, the light, the deities, all the enlightened Sambodhakaya form of all the things happening, color, dancing, moving, fun, party, all sort of like a, Saturday night, kind of like so many things, all the light, dancing, music, so all the wrathful deities, peaceful deities, different hats, all the 8 doors of the Dzogchen start to happen. So at that time, in this life, if we practice circle practice, then it's easy to recognize. If you don't have so much circle practice, it's a little bit difficult. But I also think that if you know, all of this light, all the deities, all the sound, everything is my own reflection. It's not really outside there. Here, I think many people make mistake. My own means not me as Tsoknyi Rinpoche. You're not there at that moment. Me means the empty clarity. And that is who you are at that time. There's no Tsoknyi, there's no John, there's no Judy, whatever. It's just a clear, naked nature of mind, which is who you are at that time. At that mind, recognize, this is my empty luminosity's expression, not outside there. So you capture the royal seat of empty luminosity and let it shine, let it move, let it dance. And eventually, those also dissolved. And with that, you can liberate in Sambodhakaya. And if you miss that, you want to hear? Not so scary. The Bardo guidebook talks very scary, but don't worry. If you're scared, then it's scary. If you're not scared, it's not scary. Itself is not that scary. Looks scary, but it's not scary. So then all the light start to dissolve. All the show start to end. Then you go into some other life. It's called a Bardo of becoming. Then somewhere you lost some consciousness with all this dramatic thing you lost. And then pushes in some other perception, more restricted, more confined, look like more like a normal life that you lived in Alameda. Went to the Urjan Dorjiden to take the teaching with Kembu Namdol, not joking. But those are the good one. But you're still going every morning, taking a cup of coffee, going to Urjan Dorjiden, opening the door, but no one is paying attention to you. No one saying sit, no one saying go. Seems like nobody saw you. You go there, you ignore. Everyone is sort of ignoring. And that time, cheer up. I'm dead, I think. Maybe I'm dead. For who? Then you remember. Then you know, oh, I want to go to Nepal. Boom, Nepal already. I want to go to Hawaii, Honolulu. Boom, already in Honolulu. But no one cares in Honolulu to you. I want to go to my children. Zoom, but they don't give any food to me. You realize that, okay, that is the time I am passed away. Then detach. Okay, I should take care of myself. At that time, recall all your memory, if you can, all the teachings, whatever help, whatever understanding, whatever resort you have, bring into your mind. But you will not be becoming enlightened. Sorry. The enlightened choice is gone. The karmic habitual pattern is already captured you in the Bardo of becoming. This life, first choice, second choice, Mother Luminosity, third choice, Bardo of Dharmata, and third choice is not the best choice, but it's still a choice that you can make. Then you start to aim to take good rebirth, that you can continue your practice, or aim into one of the pure land. One of the pure land. Avalokiteshvara's pure land. I would like to reborn in the Avalokiteshvara's pure land. And I will continue my journey, my practice. There, you will not return back to samsara. But I don't know how many years it takes to become enlightened, but you have to listen teaching from Avalokiteshvara without coffee. And maybe they might have a different coffee, I don't know. Carry on your journey from there. So this is a way of practicing Bardo teaching, and all link each other and focus all into the moment of dying and after death, whatever practice you do right now. And one thing is, of course, there's a bodhicitta. I would like to get enlightened, or Buddha, or Bodhisattva, that one day I can be a useful, that I can emanate. My emanation can help. I want to make thousands, millions, billions of emanation. Only you can emanate once you become Buddha, enlightened. Until that, the emanation business has a limitation. Bodhisattvas can do something, but Buddha, fully enlightened, meant to make more emanations. And keep that as your secret agenda. Bodhicitta is my agenda. You know, when you walk one of the foot need to step first, no? If you're jumping, both feet can go together, but as a normal healthy walking, one need to step first and the second one follow. So I don't know which one I do the right one first, some the left one first, it depends. So the first move in the practice is the secret agenda, the motivation, which is infused by bodhicitta. That I would like to make an influence into the countless sentient beings. Then second leg moves after. I will practice now. I will meditate, I'll chant, I will do everything to fulfill my wish. My first leg's wish. My first leg's wish is to have bodhicitta, but I don't have a power. So I accumulating all this practice, include the dying and death, dharmata in the Bardo, in all the 4 Bardos or 6 Bardos, to fulfill my first leg's wish, to fulfill my company's agenda. All the big companies has summarized way of making perfect-based company and non-perfect based of company. So all the colleagues, all the whatever department should know, this is a non-perfect company. This is a perfect company. If the mission is lost, then the perfect-based company become non-perfect and become bankrupt. So that's not good. So perfect-based, non-perfect-based company making perfect, and that is ethically not okay. So now what you're doing right now, what we are doing now is fulfill the first feet's mission, which is bodhicitta, carried by all the other stuff. The second leg, the chanting, the refuge, the prostration, whatever you do, because in order to become Buddha, then when you become Buddha, enlightened, then you really fulfill the first leg's mission, agenda. So 2 legs go together, whatever practice you do, including the death or living or dying or living. I think the time is over. So don't worry, don't scare, but plan well. Say thank you, say sorry. Sorry cannot say verbally, say in your mind, doesn't matter. Appreciate, I think most of you did a great job in your life. Now you are going. I'm on the way too also. A lot of white here. Let's give some chance to the next generation. If you are not working, don't feel bad. There's many people jobless, so they will do your work. If you are retired, also okay, because you're making less gas, I hope. Stay more at home. I think it will help for environment. Doing nothing helps these days. Our main problem is environment. If you do nothing, actually you are contributing. Do so many things, use so much paper, so many things, so many gas, so many plastic. So do nothing, simplify your life with the great mission. Wow, that is a green practice plus enlightened. So you don't need to match a standard samsaric world's, structure. Someone might say, what are you doing nowadays? I'm staying home, do nothing. Hey, really? You're young, do something, come out, buy some plastic, wear some plastic, eat some plastic. What are you doing organically staying in eating avocado? Not so good. Eat more plastic. Then you thought, oh, maybe I should eat more plastic. You come out. Don't feel that. So enlightenment is a private. Not only enlightenment, pain and pleasure is also private. You can assume someone's pain based on you, but you're not getting someone's pain actually. Freedom is individual. You don't need to match in the standard way. The world wants to make everything to standard and then sell one button to you and easy. Boom, standardize. Everyone make hollow, and then they can sell you all the good things. They say it's good things, then will not make you hollow. Trying to make more hollow, they can sell you more things. And you can eat more plastic, and you can go to the plastic toilet and then come out plastic. So as a yogi practitioner, stay home. No need to feel any guilty, really. Feel proud of yourself. Thank you. Sonam di tamje zegwani tomne nyebe dana pamje ne jega na je balawa drubaye siben zolen rowan sho sanjo semjo remboje maje banan je jurje dewa nyamba mebaya Kone gondo bewa sho Kone tawa rinpoche Maje bana je jurje Jeba nyamba meba yang Kone gondo bewa sho Juba seme rinpoche Maje bana je jurje Jeba nyamba meba yang Kone gondo bewa sho all my wish and blessing with you.